Well, hello guys, welcome back. This is episode 25 of Gottne Till I Die, the series where I'm taking the tiny club of Gottne IF, Swedish fourth tier football club. I'm trying to take them all the way to the top of Swedish football. We've done well thus far. We are now in tier 2 of Swedish football and we are playing unbelievably well. The team should not be playing this well, but we have continued this season to do fantastically. Even though we are a semi-professional club, even though we have a tiny squad with poor finances, even though we have terrible attendances compared to the rest of the division, we are still picking up wins, and it is just unbelievable. It is all based on confidence. It's all based on good team dynamics. So let's have a little look at the recent results and you'll see how things have gone. So actually, before we do that, we've had gone through a transfer window, and it's been some good and some bad. So I've managed to replace someone who was annoyed, so that's good. And we've lost one of our key players. Let's have a look. Out has gone Anton Hennig. He was annoyed about everything. I mean, fair enough. He'd started one game this season. He was the only player really in this tiny squad really to not get a look in. So we have brought someone in, and we see we brought in Peter Kirkeby, who is a Danish player. He's got some work to do on the technical side. He's not terrible, but he's not great. But he is fast. You know how I like a fast player. And he's got some good mental stats. Not maybe off the ball. That's going down great. But he certainly is good enough to fill in, and he's certainly a better player than Hennig ever was. So I'm fairly happy with that. I think that's a decent pickup, and we've got him for next season as well. So that's good backup. I know he's not thinking he's a backup, but that's essentially what I bought him in for. You'll see on the right there, the person who's left, Janni Viljanen, has gone, unfortunately, to Malmo. We were basically saying no, and he was happy to stay. And we got to the transfer window and we're just rejecting, and the transfer value was going up and up and up and up and up. And eventually the board said, oh, that's a good value. And there was 2 bids that came in at £91,000. And yeah, there he is. He's gone to Malmo. And he's sitting in their reserves, and that is just terrible. Why would he sit in their reserves? The problem was he went into their reserves. Sorry, that's not the problem. The problem was it happened so late into the transfer window, we weren't able to replace him. So, as you know, we don't really have a proper replacement for him. But yeah. Anyway, irrespective of that, this is how things have gone. So we finished last time with that win against Østers, and we've had another fantastic run. We're unbeaten in the league. The one slightly weird result is the cup game. We'll get to that in a second. So we beat Varberg's boys 3-1. Hasenbegovic with 2, Sigurd Palsson with 1. Of course, Acropolis, we got our revenge on them after a draw which should never have happened. This was a much closer game, and Sigurd Palsson got the goal. We hadn't lost Viljanen at this point. 1-0 win over Janne Köping-Södra, another team that had beaten us. We got an early goal from Sigurd Palsson and then held on. That's pretty good. Away at Landskrona boys, this was his last game. It was a nice goal from Inge Marsson, a header, unbelievably. I mean, I think he's quite a small guy, but he scored a header and took one fan there. Actually, his tendencies are a lot better than they were, I have to say. 800 odd. This is maybe double what we had last season. Then we played Ugrit, another goal from Inge Marsson. Is that the second one? Yeah. So two goals, very, very nice. Then we played against Sandvikens, and I had a rotated side out as much as I can. We put Van Leest in, Zorat and Erkan in the centre. Alp started. It was an interesting side. And they were better at the start. We made some changes. They were better in the second half. So we were better in the second half. So then we took it to extra time. We looked very, very good, and they scored a very late goal. Anyway, we're out of the Swedish Cup, which is a little disappointing. But we then played And this is without any Viljanen. We then played Trelleborg's very tough game away from home. We had Badkey sent off. We still managed to get a win, goals from Sigurd Palsson and Mai Traore. So that all looks pretty good. As you can see, no, he didn't play, but we have been giving Kirkby some game time. So we're coming back today against Halmstad. We have 7 games to go, and look at the league. It is unbelievable. We are 14 points ahead with 7 games to go. That is a fairly good position to be in. Let's see if we can strengthen it further against Halmstad. It's always a little bit more complicated. I mean, look at the size of squad we are. Yeah, always a little bit more complicated when we're trying to play this system without Viljanen. And we did in the last game actually play a more flat 4 with Hagman in there, but we'll see how this does back to this system, because Svenland was out and we also had Jan out, and those are the only two guys in the whole team that can play that position or know that position at all, even as far back as in the reserves. I had a look to see what we had there, and yeah, it wasn't pretty at all. We have to rely on the players we have in the first team, with the exception maybe of Mendel, the goalkeeper, and Isaacson, is it? Oh, no, Isaac Johansson, the left midfielder. I think beyond that, there really isn't anything to write home about. So let's get going and see whether we can beat Halmstad. It would be an utterly fantastic thing if we could. Early days, this looks like a highlight, and we picked up Simpson, who's just brilliant. Ball over the top, Hasanbegovic, and he doesn't finish it off. Nielsen makes the save. Reasonable start from Gottne, and just headed wide. Who was that? Can't click on him. Right then, it's gone the other way, but we picked it up. Hasanbegovic, can he play a decent ball there? Not particularly, but doesn't matter. Oh dear, that was poor. A rare mistake from Hasanbegovic, and it is a goal to... Oh no, it's disallowed. Thank God for that. Yeah, Hasanbegovic, he should have played the ball earlier. He played a poor ball, and they were so far offside. Yeah, right. Reasonable start. It's nowhere near what we were, I have to say. That the sort of dominating performances, we're not quite getting those, but we are doing all right in games. And we have a penalty. Who's to take it? Sigurd Palsson, he's missed one of these already, but he's not going to miss that. Great stuff. 1-0. And we are again looking very strong against Halmstad. This would put us 6 points if we were to win this. 6 points sorry, not 6, but this would give us 6 games remaining, so that's 18 points that we could get from those, and we are 14 points ahead at this moment, so this would be hugely important. Right then, another highlight. It's a highlight packs. Been a couple of mistakes from us currently, which is not ideal. Bernat. That's it, Jan. Turn. Oh dear, what are you doing, mate? Right. You know that's just going to end in tears, don't you, mate? Right. Ball down this side. Played it along into the front two. Oh, just ludicrously good. Beautiful ball in. And somehow Hasanbegovic, no, Ingemardsson does not finish it. Should have scored there. 3 clear-cut chances already. I was saying we're not dominating sides, but we really are not in previous games. This looks very, very good at the moment, but we're still not clear. We're not fully... 2 goals would be nice, because we know what 1 goal can do. And here, Allenson, and it's in. It's in. This one does count, unfortunately, Berntsen. So we'll have to shout at him and hope we can improve a little bit. And it's another chance, is it? Oh, it's not another sending off. We've been dreadful for sending off recently. And it's Erkan, he's gone. So Svenland is going to move back into there. We don't have that holding midfield position. Over the top. I don't know why we're getting a few more red cards. We haven't changed the sort of aggression of the team, and maybe it's just the situation they're in. You know, it's all a little bit getting a little bit closer, a little bit more real. But as I say, we have won games from a position of 10 men. We've won a couple of games from that position. So we know we are capable, and we are dominating this game. Or at least before the sending off, we were dominating it. No one's really playing well. I'm going to take off Hasanbegovic. We'll leave Sigurd Palsson on, and we will bring on Feike and have him as, it's not ideal, a ball winning midfielder on support, just to give us a little bit more solidity at this moment. I think we're going to demand more from the team and see what more we can get out of them. Get creative at this point. Sigurd Palsson is nervous up top. Oh dear. Yeah, there's almost nothing left. Well, we'll chuck on help. It's not going to matter. But a draw is not a terrible result with a player sent off. I will take that. I will take that. It's another point closer, isn't it? So you'd like to win this, but Halmstad are one of the teams that are kind of closing in on us. And we are, they've now both got to 12 points behind us, but we're a game closer to, so what were we from? 14 points, yeah, to 12 points behind us. But we are a game closer to actually being the victors of this league. So as you see, we have 6 games left, 18 points remaining. We've got 12 points left. So that is excellent. We don't have to play this team. They have to play. Well, it's not too bad actually for them, but you would think we would be able to pick up a couple of wins, and our goal difference is far superior. Okay, guys, what we'll probably do is come back for the game that really matters, and try and bring you the victory game when it happens. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I will see you next time for more games with Gottne. Cheers. Thank you very much. Goodbye.